Oh, the battle's about to start. All our movies are in English and stuff. Very nice. But the battle's about to start. Let's switch it over to the game setup. There it is, full game, updating the scoreboard right now. It is Purpledebo versus Faya. Faya's on the left. Let's fix that. As they start off on Pokemon Stadium. I don't think the blast ones are going to matter too much here. I think both of these characters like to kill off the side. Except for Luigi, but if Luigi hits you with a move that's gonna kill off the top, which is usually like up B, you're gonna die anyway, so that doesn't really matter. What does matter is that first stock, which goes to Debo after that whiffed up B. So that's gonna be interesting. And now, of course, he's gonna camp like hell, like a proper Pac-Man shoot. But of course Luigi's gonna spike like like a proper Luigi should, and that's what I like about the new Cyclone, that it doesn't, you know, flush you down anymore. It also means that you're gonna see Luigi's go for the real spike, the manly spike, the double dip with the 2 feet. That's what we're gonna see him do now, instead of that little flush, which you know from Smash 4. Anyway, spike or not, after the even stock out, you still have to try to get in on Pac-Man, because it's not like he's gonna come to you. He's gonna use those projectiles as the Debo does. Oh, I think there was some slightly missed the eye on that. He died really early to that down smash. Maybe he didn't expect it, because of course Pac-Man are not supposed to use smash attack. We just aren't used to that. Except if they hit you with a bell, of course. Okay, we see a big difference from Smash 4 Pac-Man here. We see 3 grabs in a row, 4 grabs in a row. This is the first week, oh no, it's the second week of Ultimate. I wonder if that has ever happened in Smash 4 to begin with. 4 Pac-Man grabs in a row, what is going on? And he is just pummeling, man. Like the way Pac-Man pummels, he's definitely gonna get a concussion. You're not supposed to use your head like that. On the other side, Pac-Man is only ahead with limbs, so maybe, you know, he's he's physically prepared for those kind of headbutts. Anyway, it looks like Luigi tried to wait for him on the ledge, but didn't anticipate the bell from below. Took some damage, nothing too bad, but that edge guard's gonna get him killed. Purpledebo with the back air off stage. Very nice play. So that is 1-0 for Purpledebo's Pac-Man. And I wonder if Faya plays another character. Because that Luigi still isn't the fastest guy around. And Pac-Man, I mean, he isn't either. But he's gonna block you with the hydrants, with the oranges. He's gonna run away. You know you're gonna have to chase him, so you might as well get yourself a character that has the speed to chase these yellow people down. Of course, Pac-Man's not the only one of his kind. I mean, in terms of mains, he probably is. But, I mean, who plays this character? Like, you should have learned your lesson after Smash 4. I mean, I like you, Debo. I really do. And I like watching your character. I really do. But despite the grab fix, I don't think he's very good. But I do love myself some low tiers. So, you do you, man. But what I was trying to say is that we got, of course, more Pac-Man in the Pac-Man universe. You're gonna go your Pac-Man Jr. How about that? Not an Echo Fighter, but maybe he could be a clone of Pac-Man. That's a little less good at camping, but is a little bit faster and a little bit smaller. Kind of like, you know, Pichu, except it's a Pac-Man. And we have, of course, Miss Pac-Man. And I want Echo Fighter Miss Pac-Man. That would be great. So, yeah, throw in the chat what do you think about Miss Pac-Man as an Echo Fighter. I think it would be pretty fun. I don't think it would cost too much development time either. I wouldn't want to take up a DLC slot for it. Or maybe they could just add in an alternate custom that does have like the sound effects and the costume changed and the name changed. Like they do with Captain Oliver and Alf. You know. Which is actually pretty weird if you think about it. Why is Dark Pit and Echo? And is Alf an alternate costume? Like, of course, Dark Pit has some properties changed. But then you have Daisy. Why is Daisy an Echo Fighter? And is Alf an alternate costume? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to know. I don't think it would take too much effort. Maybe they don't want to lock themselves into Alf. You know, it's just a minor character, the main character from Pac-Man 3, of course. But who knows? We'll find out in the future. Maybe. Before that, we're gonna go on to game 2 here on Halbert, which is a legal stage apparently. I see there's not full conformity in the Dutch rule set yet, but of course these are the early days of Ultimate, and it's good to test things out. Speaking of testing things out, it looks like Faya is testing out some platform combos with Luigi on Halbert, which is why despite all those off-stage hits from the bow, he is still in the lead percentage-wise. But a couple of juggles has got to change that. There is the misfire going straight into Purpledebo. No way he could have reacted to that. And that means we're looking at a stock advantage for Faya. And now the bow is in a bit of trouble. He's in a situation he really wasn't in game 1, that he has to approach Luigi. Fortunately for him, he hits the bell and the up smash before the damage is too great. Because now, yeah, Luigi is still on the lead, so on paper you might say that Luigi doesn't have to approach, but you know, Purpledebo is just gonna charge and throw projectiles in neutral, and you're gonna have to approach anyway. And if you're gonna approach, why not do it with a misfire? That's 2 for 2 on the account of Faya. 2 stocks taken, 2 misfires hit. So Purpledebo, he's probably feeling a little bit silly, you know, maybe feeling just a little bit scammed by Luigi's RNG mechanics. But you know, you can feel all you like. The fact is, you only have 1 stock remaining. But knowing the bow, he can keep his consistency, you know, keep his composure and stay consistent with his neutral and projectile gameplay to make sure he can regain the lead. He's gonna have to take that stock fairly soon though. 90% is not the kind of deficit you'd like to have. Fortunately, there's the drop kick. Faya standing near to that Faya hydrant, not knowing what to do, kinda poking at it. He probably doesn't have a Pac-Man in his neighborhood, because let's be honest, who does? So he is getting his opportunity to learn right here at the Wi-Fi tournament, Ultimate Net Battle. He's still in the lead, fortunately for him. He did quite a bit of damage on Purpledebo before the stock count was evened up. So yeah, he is not really into kill percent, but Purpledebo really is. The Nair's gonna send him up into the hydrant. When I see cool setups like that, especially from non-Pac-Man players, I always wonder, did they mean to do what? Did they mean to do exactly that? And I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, because Fire is in top 8, which means he's probably at least a little bit good. So he probably learns quickly, because if you want to be good at Smash Brothers, you gotta be able to learn quickly. So apparently they still run Mega Man Battle Network tournaments. Never played any of the games. But I do know he's in Mega Man's Final Smash, so there's that. So they're gonna select another stage. I'm assuming everyone is staying in character. On the other hand, maybe Faya should realize that he can't count on another 2 misfires to take the stocks. And I wonder if he would have done as well in that game too if he hadn't hit those misfires. And that means that maybe he should consider picking up a character that's a little bit faster, so he can chase down Pac-Man properly, or has a reflector so he doesn't need to chase down Pac-Man as hard. On the other hand, this is of course your opportunity to learn as your main, so maybe he should just stay Luigi. I need to play the Battle Network series. Why? I would love to know, honestly, because I do like me some Mega Man, but I've only played the classic numbered series of 1 through 11. 11 is a lot better than people give credit for, by the way. Thank you for the follow. We do appreciate it. And of course, maybe you should also consider subscribing, because we're gonna be doing this every week. We got that steady content flow coming your way. And I gotta tell you, that That's a little bit different from, I think, most other European tournament broadcasters. Because usually, you know, they're broadcasting, they're reliant on the events they go to themselves. And aside from, of course, Ultimate being fresh, so there's going to be a lot of offline events coming up. We're going to be really trying to fill out the week with a proper schedule that's going to bring you more content than your average tournament streamer. And for now, of course, we got the tournaments, the big tournaments, if we're streaming them, like Dawn, coming up the 29th of December. We got those in the weekend. And of course we got the Wi-Fi tournament, Ultimate Nap Battle, which you're watching right now, coming to you every Friday. So if you ever want to get a chance to be on stream, this is the tournament to sign up for. When it comes to Wi-Fi tournaments, at least. But we're gonna continue that conversation a little later. First we're going back to the full game, as we are facing a 1-1 between Faya and the Bo. So they have chosen, or the Bo has chosen, Kalos Pokemon League. And that's interesting. This whole stage is interesting, honestly. I think this stage is more like FD than any other non-FD stage. And that's what you want, because I can imagine Luigi banning a Final Destination, because that seems like a really good stage if you want to run away from people. But this one's pretty similar. The only thing you gotta be mindful of is those platforms near the ledge, which can make for some very interesting ledge trapping and recovery situations. But that means the main stage is completely open for Purpledebo to drop his fire hydrants when he's above Luigi, which is of course what you want. There are no triplets for Luigi to hide under once he's got Purpledebo in juggle. But platforms or not, fire hydrants or not, it seems like, unlike the previous games, it is Faya who is coming at him with a nice starting lead. And he didn't even need a misfire for that. But the question is now how you're gonna take that stock. He tries for a ground spike, which are now unattackable, into a rising cyclone. But of course you can't really rise with those like you could. So that's not gonna be the stop for Fire, but for Purpledebo himself, as he hit the fire hydrant setup a little later. Fire is going to pay him back. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Both stocks have been taken with the fire hydrant now. There's the grab from the Bo. Luigi combo breaking with an air. Some things really never do change. Tries to pivot grab, but no roll coming out from the Bo. So that is going to mean a missed tether. And a missed tether is almost always going to be a punish, as we just saw. So Faya had a great start. But he is having the old familiar problem versus Pac-Man of getting in. And that means about a 70% deficit. Now he's got to be careful around those hydrants, because Pac-Man sometimes has a killing problem, but if you get hit by his specific setups, he can suddenly be very, very powerful. Of course, Luigi has set kill percents, and he's gonna have to do a little bit more work before he reaches those on the Bo. Aside from, of course, catching him with a Randy upbeat. That would be nice as well, but you can't count on those. You can't count on them. So he needs to be a little bit careful and very consistent with how he's gonna approach this this mid game. So he's been taking a lot of damage, but he has been doing well avoiding the kill setups up until that very last moment. Purpledebo coming out with the apple, which is, in my opinion, one of the best fruits, because it does have kill power, and its properties with the angle with which you throw are so different than all the other fruits that it's really great for those mix-ups. And that's exactly what we saw. The Bo really surprised him using that apple from a range where Faya thought he was safe. And that after he hadn't used the apple before once. So, Faya trying to make a little bit of a comeback. There it is! He doesn't even need the misfire. He's just gonna go for the green missile regular version, properly charged, catching the Bo mid-recovery and bouncing him off the stage. Awesome stuff by Faya. And he's gonna keep it relatively even. Nice little combo coming out. Only a 20% difference. Okay, that's gonna be 40% difference after that hydrant, because things do so much damage in this game. Faya is now back at a full stage distance. That's not what you want. He gets closer, but the Bo gets away. He rolls in, but the Bo's gonna shield the up smash. It's gonna be very important for Fire to stay patient. You know, you can't keep running into those fruits just like that. He doesn't have a jump, and that means he's dead because Luigi can no longer rise with the Cyclone. So even though people have been complaining super hard about the 0 to death combo in Luigi's kit, I think it's kind of mitigated by that terrible recovery. But of course the verdict remains out. It's only week 2, people, and in the second week it's gonna be Purpledebo who advances to winners finals of a Wi-Fi